Marco here, welcome to a new server and Merry Christmas. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve and it'll probably be going out on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas everybody. This is the new Feed the Beast Monster mod pack. It's got 160 mods loaded by default. I've added an extra couple of mods. I've added in Gregtech and Galacticraft because I like to make things harder for myself. Now, just so you know what my plans are for this, I'm currently playing on two servers. I'm playing on Utopia Cubed and Resonant Raz. I'm not stopping them Let's Plays, they're going to carry on. Currently I've been doing one day on each of them. I'm now going to add two single player series in. I'm going to add this, which is going to be a hard mode with Gregtech Galacticraft FTB Monster pack. And I'm also going to add in a normal mode, just plain monster with no extra mods added, beginner's guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate between a server player one day, then a single player, then the other server player, then the other single player. So for example, yesterday's video was Resonant Raz, today's will be this, tomorrow's will be Utopia Cubed, and the day after will be the first episode of the Feed the Beast Monster Beginner's Guide. So I'm just loading a single player server up. It's just building itself a fresh server, so we can't actually reach it yet. So I just need to talk a little bit of crap while that's going on. A lot of mods in this. A lot of new mods to me, things like Rotary Craft, Galacticraft's new to me, the 1.6 version of Gregtech's new to me, so I will be learning things on as we go. To add Gregtech in, I'll put downloads in the video description, of course, to the Feed the Beast forums, to the launcher, so you can get the Monster mod pack, to the Gregtech download and the Galacticraft downloads. There's also a Feed the Beast config pack for Gregtech, so you can slot the config straight in. I'll put a link to that in, and I shall also... What's going on? Yep, we're loaded up. We are. So I'm going to jump in here. I had to change a few configs in Galacticraft, so if that's an issue... So, nice little start. We are on... Is that plains? We're in a shrubland. We've got sheep nearby, so that's, I guess, the first thing I should do is get stuck on a bit of grass. I'm going to go punch a couple of sheep. Now, I just had a little test server set up and had a play around, and if you check this out, so of course Gregtech's messing me already. Even if I had some iron, I could not get any wool. So unfortunately, sheep must die using my a little bit laggy. Must be loaded. Must be creating things still. As you can see that little drop there, we have got Farmcrafting. I don't plan on doing a great deal of Farmcraft in this series because I've covered it quite a lot in Resonant Raz and Utopia. I will be doing some. I like the Farmcraft tools and I like the warded paving stones, but I won't be going massively into it. Saying that though, if I want the tools, I'm going to have to go into Infusion, so unless I can get lucky and loot some. Well, we've got a massive mod list. I'm going to start off doing the basic vanilla stuff. I'm going to go make a bed. I'm sure I killed 3 sheep. Lost a bit of wool. Scandalous. Another sheep must die for my ineptitude. I'm going to do the basic vanilla stuff. I'm going to get some trees chopped down. I'm going to build a little house down here on this coast because I quite like the look of it. And I'm going to get a little food source set up. So I'm going to need some. I need a bit of a wheat farm. So hopefully I can get some normal seeds. I've got some drum seeds coming through, which is pretty good. There's some normal seeds, so that's good. So I can get a little wheat farm and I'll go get breeding cows for food. A couple of things I want to do actually is one, I want to up myself. Let's just quickly up myself in the console. Echo the builder. I'm now upped. I want to do seed for a start, so you can see my seed. So there's a seed. I'll put that in the video description also. I also want to copy paste a couple of things from a little text file I've got here. I want to put in scoreboard objectives, add death count, and I want to add scoreboard objectives, set display, list deaths. What that'll do is, now if you look at my little thing there, I've got a little yellow 0. Anytime I die, it'll count it, so you guys can keep a track of how many times I die. I'll try and get my deaths on camera as well. Now, I also want to set natural regen to false, so I will not regen health now. I will need regen potions or something like that. So I made it a little bit harder for myself. The server is set to hard mode as well, so game mode difficulty 3, which is the hard mode version. So things should be a little bit trickier for me. Now, of course, in the beginner's guide, I won't be setting any of these things like that. I shall be keeping it a little bit easier for the beginner's guide. But in this, I want to make it a bit of a challenge. And both the servers I'm playing on, the origin is quite canned, let's say. Materials are quite easy to get. So because I thought I'd make this harder to build stuff anyway with the Gregtech part, I thought I might as well make it a bit harder and go hard difficulty and punch in a tree like every Minecraft Let's Play starts. So a little bit harder to get resources and a little bit harder to survive in the world. So I'm going to want to get some kind of regen on the go as quick as I can, which I guess is going to be gas tiers. Now, we've got manufacture reloaded in. I'm pretty sure we've got extra utilities in. We have, cool. So I will be creating some kind of care staff, hopefully some kind of care staff farm as quick as possible, so I can actually spawn monsters as I need to. Gregtech, of course, only get 2 planks per log, and also get 2 sticks per set of planks. So we have got factorization, so my pocket crafting table becomes one of the first things that I craft, like always. Now I'm going to make a wooden pick, start digging down into the underground and create a little mining area, and then I'll be cutting some of these trees down. Is that MFR rubber trees? It is, nice. So I'll be able to get MFR rubber. Right, it's getting dark, so what I need to do now is make a bed. And I shall come back in about an hour's time. Oops, didn't mean to do that. In about an hour's time, once I've got a little house built on the coast here. That's a bit mucky though, isn't it? I'll maybe go around that side. Get some saplings with me. Get a little tree farm on the go, manual one for now. And yeah, I'll get a little dig down into the depths, start getting some resources together, and we'll take it from there. So I shall see you in about 2 hours. Well, it could be a little bit of luck, or possibly a bit of a nightmare. I've come down around the coast a little bit. I'm going to build just down here, I think, and there's a nice greatwood tree with spider webs. So I made myself a quick wooden pick, because I'm going to need to break the spawn that's under here before the spiders make a mess of me. So I need to under there, and hopefully not get poisoned by spiders that may spawn over here. So there we go, broken that. And if I get a bit lucky here, well, chrome dust, that's kind of nice. Got some nether quartz, which is also nice. Got some steel, that's actually not bad at all. And I've got a single use fire in it, but I was hoping for possibly a Thaumcraft weapon or tool, but let's break that. Now I've got a chest, so I think it's getting dark here. I think I'm going to build here on this little nice bit of grass here. So I'm going to put my bed down and I'll start building a little place around this. So there's my bed, and I've left off mode on at the minute, but I've put myself into normal recipe mode just in case anything goes wrong. I want to maybe check out Opus now, because I've not been on a server with Opus. So I want to see how that works. The optionals that I've let work, that I've enabled let work. The options that I've enabled are Opus and Biomes of Plenty, as you may have noticed by the biomes we've got. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit once I've got a little base camp set up, and I'll probably start mining down into there. Wonderful. Back in a bit. Well, check this out. I've been quite lucky here. I have been on a little mission. I've been looking for clay because I need a repairable tool. The tools are wearing out far too fast, so I came across this swampland area where I've been looking for clay, and there isn't a great deal of clay in there, to be honest. There's some knocking about, but there's not a great deal. And then when I came over this side, I noticed this in the distance. There's a little NPC village out here, which is kind of nice. So I'm actually thinking I may set my base here. We've got an apiary, apiarist there, and that guy sells proven frames, so that's very nice. I've got any blocks on me? I have. I've got no pick at the minute either, so it could be dangerous. Let's just place a block there so I get in here. We've got a little Tinker's Constructs place here, so that's very nice. That's really useful. So I've got all the patterns and stuff. So I'm probably going to actually live over here. I think that makes sense. Does that keep things in it? No, that's Tinker's Construct, by the way. That says it's from Exacts, that one, look. Tinker's Constructs are this really nice little feature that if you put a crafting table back in to a crafting square, it becomes a crafting station. You put it in again, it becomes a little crafting station. And there's no difference between a big one and a little one, but what they do is put things in there, they actually stay in there, which is nice. So I like that a lot. So I'm thinking of utilising this little NPC village. And if anyone remembers my earliest videos on shows on a server with some friends, then I had a underwater factory that was underneath an NPC village, just like this. That was out in the water. So we've got more Tinker's Construct stuff there. Don't see a smeltery, but the fact it's got an apiary is nice. There should be is there a chest in them guns? Nah, there's probably a chest or two around here as well. There's certainly a chest in that, because that's a Thaumcraft tower, and there's a Thaumcraft NPC knocking about here as well. So I think I'm going to move over here. Makes sense, doesn't it? So what have I been doing? I can't really climb up into this stuff very well at the minute, and I've got no more blocks on me apart from that rubber wood. So I shall endeavour to get myself another pick, and yeah, I think I'll set up base here, get some farm stuff got on the go, and what I'm heading towards is Tinker's Construct Smeltery. It's how everyone starts these days. I'm going to get all the collection of stuff done off camera. Basically, you need to make grout, which is gravel, clay and sand. You cook that into seared bricks, you can make a smeltery. Then I can make some decent tools and weapons that I can add mossy cobble to. So I need to find some mossy cobble. Now there is moss on these trees. There's a Thaumcraft node there, look. A little Thaumcraft node floating about. So I still need to get some more clay. The sun's right from the sky, but in these swampy biomes now it goes real dark and horrible. But it's still daytime, so that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get some more clay. I'll probably come back once I've got that all together, the Tinker's Smeltery, because I'm sure if you've watched any kind of modded Minecraft, you've seen that recently. We've also got these, check these out, we've got mariculture in, and mariculture is the mod I've been wanting to look at in Resident Raz. So I'll certainly be looking at this. Now that looks like, yeah, look at that, gold pale, wonderful. Now if you put a block of sand in them, don't drown fool, and I don't know what I'm using a hoe for, put a block of sand in them, where you come from? Now, you see my health's gone down, I've been hit once by a zombie. And that one hit took 4.5 hearts off me. Where has he come from? Just floating about in the water. I don't think they can spawn in the water, can they? So he must have come from somewhere. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get more clay, more gravel, and I'll move my gear over here. And I should be back. Right, hang on, let's have a look. Mossy cobble. How can I make you? We can get moss from biomes aplenty. Get magical crops here, I don't know what that one is. Fluid transposer, moistener we ain't got. So let's say shapecrafting is to get moss from biomes aplenty. And I have seen a bit of moss on trees. I've not collected it yet, but I shall endeavour to start collecting that. Of course we can find a jungle temple, and in the Twilight Forest there's loads of mossy cobble knocking about on the ground. But as of yet, we haven't got many ways of getting it. But I certainly have seen some on trees. No, I'm not going to see any now, am I? Right. Back in a bit. Okay then, 2.5 hours has passed. I've moved into one of the houses in the village. I've made it all the rest of the village so that there's a light inside the houses and the doors are blocked, so the villagers are all trapped inside for now. And I'll be putting roads in and stuff later on, but for now that's them safe. I moved into one of the littlest houses in the place just because it had no villagers in it. And I've got some vanilla chests. Of course, vanilla chests have got these Christmas skin on because it's near Christmas, which is always fun. Now, as you can see, I've got some seared bricks. I went digging for clay. Well, you saw the clay that I had. I went and got some sand, got a load of gravel. A skeleton found me while I was getting gravel, so I'm down to 1.5 hearts. So getting closer to my inevitable death, unless I found some some gold for apples very quick. Now, I managed to make a smeltery. I've got all the bits done there, so I've got 8 seared bricks left over. I think I made about 2 stacks. What did I make? You need 9 for the bottom, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You need 18 seared bricks in total. You need 1 seared tank, which we need some lava for, which could be an issue. 1 seared tank, 1 smeltery controller, 1 drain, 1 faucet, and 1 casting table. Now a casting table is just like so. A faucet is just like that, and a drain is like that, and then the smeltery controller is 8 in a square, and the tank is the same but with a bit of glass, and then of course the bricks themselves are just like so. So that's everything you need to know about that. So that of course comes from the grout. Oh, you mimicry, eh? That comes from the grout that you make using the gravel, sand. Hello, where do you come from, little guy? Are you a real chicken, or are you some kind of demon in disguise? Very strange. No idea where he came from. I haven't seen any chickens around here earlier. So I've commandeered this farm into a tree farm. So I've got a couple of MFR rubber trees over this side, and I've got some oaks over this side. I've been cutting them down as I need them. My stone tools wearing out very quickly. I'm pretty sure Greg changed it so tools wear down quicker as well. And look, check me out. I've got some wooden armour on. I used a bit of the wood. This is from Tinker's Construct. You make it like any armour, just by creating the right shape. So if I want to make a chest plate like that, for example, but with wooden logs, get you this guy, which is pretty cool. I've just been around the village and I pinched all the available ladders and the trapdoor from the tower there, just so I don't have to make them. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start heading down into the depths, try and get some stuff. No, that didn't work very well, did it? First thing I'm going to do is, first thing for a mod, I was checking out Sink, by the way. Sink, it's only got 4 things in it. There's shell constructor that doesn't seem to have a recipe. There's that shell constructor, there's a shell storage, there's a treadmill, and there's a sink core. So I'll look into that later on. I'm pretty sure that's from iChun. I think I've heard it mentioned on Direwolf's channel. Anyway, the first crafted thing that I'm going to make from... Oh, I also made a backpack, which is just 8 leather in a square, of course. So I killed a few cows when I went back to get my stuff from over the other side. And I made a backpack so I could carry more stuff, always useful. And I found another tree. So I went back to where I was over there. And then instead of coming straight back, I went across that way, just to open a bit more map up. And one of these two is another one of these trees with the spider webs in. So I managed to do that, and also up there I thought I'd found a magical forest, but maybe I haven't. That's maybe the start of a magical forest. Never mind. So I've got a backpack, and in that second chest I found a steel sword. So I've got a steel sword to use once this stone one wears down. So what I want to make now is I want to combine one of these ladders with a trapdoor, because that gets us a wonderful thing from open blocks called a jaded ladder. Now this is really nice in the fact that normally when you've got a normal trapdoor at the top of some stairs, you have to have it like that, and you get to the top of the ladder and you have to jump about and that. What the jaded ladder does is it's a ladder built into the trapdoor, so you don't have to mess around jumping up and down like a fool. It's very nice. I love that. What I'm going to do here is, now I said I might have issue getting lava. It's not getting the lava that's going to be the issue. It's getting a bucket. No, I'm full on health, so full on food, shall I say? So I don't have to eat. Now getting a bucket is going to be difficult. Bucket, I need a hammer and some plates. So I need to commit either quite a bit of iron to it, or get a metal former. Which, I'm not ready for any of this stuff yet, am I? That's the only way you can get plates. Surely you can make them with a hammer as well. That's the Railcraft ones. Plate bending machine, okay, that's the same as it was. I thought you could make money with a hammer as well. Don't be like that, Greg. Railcraft, Gregtech. Industrial. That's free. There we go. I knew we could get it with a hammer somehow. So that means using quite a bit of iron just to get a bucket. Now, hopefully I find a chest. Once I've got a bucket, I can get a bucket of lava, and I can also. Now, the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to dig both of these down, because then if there's a hole underneath, I won't actually fall into the hole. Because so if you go down that side, then I stay on this one. If I go on this side, so without me moving, I stay on that one. So that's pretty cool. Good safe way of digging down into the depths. I want to get down to diamond level, of course. I am going to have to make some more ladders. But that's a safe way of going down if you don't plan on dying doing it. And then what I can do is, once I've got a bucket, I can put a little water source at the bottom of this one. I can just drop off the ladder and get down real quick. Still got to climb up slow, but you can get down quick. So it's worth doing. Get off. Let's keep on going down. See, I'm right up at level 50 odd, so I'm going to have to make quite a few more ladders, which is going to take quite a bit of my resources, to be honest, my wood. Because of the fact I'm only getting half the amount of log planks and then half the amount of sticks. So it's really a quarter of the amount of sticks you'd normally get. So up we go. I may have to do quite a bit of work in the Twilight Forest with getting wood and stuff. So I've got a nice little safe way down there. So I'm going to make some ladders with as much wood as I can spare. I've got nearly a full stack of logs there. And of course I've got trees growing, so it's not a big deal if I sleep. Now my village should be safe. So I will meet you down at the bottom of the world. And what I need now is some lava. Oh, I mentioned mossy cobble earlier as well, didn't I? Oops, excuse me. Just had my dinner. I mentioned mossy cobble earlier. What of course I can do is, once I make a chisel from chisel. What page are you on, chisel? Once I make a chisel, which actually takes 4 iron ingots and a stick. You used to only take 1, so I think. Once I make a chisel, I can chisel cobble into mossy cobble. So there's my mossy cobble for my moss balls for the auto repair of my tools. So that's a way around that, I guess. So make as many sticks as we can. Not, which isn't many at all, to be honest. Oh, look at this, it's scandalous. Scandalous Greg in his scandalous ways. That should get me a few ladders. You just hold left click down, by the way, to spread things out like this. Someone actually asked me in a comment yesterday. So there are people who are aware of that very nice little method. So spread things out nice and quick. So I've got 39 ladders now. That'll get me right down to level 12, diamond level. Bit of tin there. I'll have that. But ideally, I don't want to be mining until I've got. Ooh, a zombie. I don't really want to be mining much orange floor right here until I've got a repairable pick. Because as you can see, the pick I'm using is about. It's a break. That guy's buffed. Why is that guy buffed? Why are you buffed, guy? Let's get a. See if I could really do with a bow, couldn't I? It's puddling me why they're buffed. It really is. Well, it's quite a big hole down there, isn't there? And there's a skeleton. I need to make a bow. No two ways about it. I need to use some of my flint and feathers and get on this. So let's stop messing about. Let's get a bow sorted. Otherwise, we are going to die. I think it's inevitable. I'm going to die. I've not died yet, as I can prove by pressing tab. So what have I got? I've got feathers. I've got flint, I believe, because I've dug plenty of gravel off. I've only got 4. That's not much, is it? That gets me 16. 16 of them guys. And then I need a couple more sticks. And some string, which I believe I've killed quite a few spiders, so I should have some. No string? You're kidding me. I've certainly killed spiders, but I've got no string. Let's get some of these cotton plants planted. Villagers make funny noises these days. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll come back when I've got a bit of string. I'll plant it on one of the little farm places over there. with these cotton seeds. That gets you string and wool if you really want to get wool. The safari net I looted from that chest, by the way. I captured a sheep in it, so I can get a sheep for shearing over here at some point. Right, back in a bit. Oh well, it had to happen, didn't it? I've been messing around, taking it really easy, really slowly down here. Ah, son of a bitch. Now, I need a block. I think... What the hell? What? See that? Look like lava. What's that about? So I went a bit lower down here, and I had a zombie behind me and I panicked. Oh shit. And I fell down here and I just done it again. And took more frigging damage. So I've not got gravestones turned on, that's interesting. Because we have got open blocks in, so I thought gravestones might have been on. As if I just took 4 hearts of damage again. Son of a whore. So I've been trying to take it really easy coming down here. Oh, lava look was weird. What's that about? And I've cocked that up because I thought I'd made it safe. Oh, he's still on there. Okay. So I've not made it safe because mobs can get on that. So I've not actually got a frick you. As if. So I've not actually got a pick that can man that silver yet. So let's put a bit more light around here. Now this... Oops, that's not light. That there, that brown crystal, gives saturation. Now saturation, I believe, keeps your health full. So your food bar full, I mean. So that's what that's about. Not happy with that. Not happy with that death. So there we go. I'm at 1 death. It was inevitable. I'm actually more unhappy about taking the 4 hearts of damage after it than the actual death. But so I carried on going down, but I've got stuck now on the fact that I'm at silver and I've only got a stone pick. Is it night time? No, it's daytime. Okay. Yeah, it was weird when I looked down there and saw lava. That must mean there's lava directly under there at some point, so I need to be very careful when I'm going down there. Bloody death. Now, it was inevitable. There's no way I was going to get to the point where I've got regen without dying, I don't think. So, I've got a bit of yellow ore down there. I've got a bit of iron ore. I've got a bit of iron gravel when I was out and about over there. I made a little stone shovel, got some iron gravel. So, I have got enough to start making some iron stuff. I want to do it in the smeltery here, because the smeltery doubles your ores. And it's kind of the cheapest starter way of doubling your ores. So, to get down in there, I need a bucket of lava. I'm going to have to make a bucket, aren't I? There's no point putting it off. I need to make a bucket. As if making a bucket is so difficult in this. I love it. So, let's look at bucket again. I'm going to have to cook up. It's going to take me, it's going to take me loads of iron to do this. It's actually going to take more iron than I'd like. But this is how much an investment a bucket's going to be. Let's get 1 bit of coal. So I guess the first thing I need to make is a hammer. And one of Greg's hammers. Forge hammer, what's that from? IC2, interesting. So it's going to be a iron hammer is what I'm making it. So I need 6 iron ingots and a stick. So yeah, I'm going to have to use all this iron up just on that for now. So 1 piece of coal will cook 8 things for you, by the way. So if I get this in there quick enough, I should get all 8 ingots out of that. But so that's just going to be enough for the hammer. Then I'm going to have to get another 6 ingots to hammer into plates to make the bucket. So I actually need all these guys back. So it's an investment. It's worth doing. I certainly need a hammer. Now I have. Oh, and I got a couple of bees, by the way. Because I've got them alveries there, and in the chest in there was a princess, and there was a meadows princess and a forest princess. So when I look around, I remember seeing some bees. So I've got a forest drone and a meadows drone to go with them. So I've just got them in there, slowly starting. Because ambrosia is is a regen option. That there is in fact a little bit of magic forest. I went over there. I also got a bit of, that's a little bit of jungle there, so I got a bit of cocoa from it. And that there is also a little tiny bit of magic forest. Kind of funky, little tiny bits of magic forest in amongst the other stuff. So, how's this doing? Let's see, look, I only got 7. That's nearly done. I need another coal in there. Oh, little log spike there. So, is that my head, or is that just a head? Yeah, it's just a head. Okay. So, screw it, let's commit. Let's just make some iron. So, a hammer is, was it 6 of them? And a stick. I'll use all my sticks up. Gets me an iron hammer with used to craft plates from ingots. Interesting. I knew that. So that is going to get me 1 plate. Yeah. So I need another 4 ingots. I think we'll save the rest. So let's just get enough to make a bucket. As if making a bucket's this hard. Love it. 1, 2. Oh. 4. What 4 happen? 3, there we go. Just a little bit of a graphic bug there. And that hammer in the middle. Wonderful. We have succeeded in something. This episode may be titled In Order to Make a Bucket. So what I'm going to do now is, if you look over there again, that there is a bit of surface lava. So I'm just going to go get a bit of surface lava in my bucket here. That looks like a little Thaumcraft thing. And I'll get the rest of this iron doubled up, so I'll have at least 12 iron ingots from that. And we can start looking at making, I want to make a chisel, I want to make a iron pick, and I'm going to make a mossy upgrade for the iron pick so that it will self-repair. Back in a bit. Okay, well I nearly messed up then. I nearly put all the iron into liquid when I didn't actually want it to be. Because first I've got to do a couple of other things. Now I've been and checked both these little places that had these part builders in. I've kept the ones that I want in here. And we're missing a couple. I've got a saw blade, a tool rod, tool binding, shovel pattern, axe head. I need a couple of more, so what I need to make is a couple of these guys with wood and sticks. Get your blank patterns, and we're going to use a stencil table. So this was all actually in here. I didn't have to craft any of this, which is nice. But they are quite easy to craft, these things. Pickaxe head we need, and the other thing I want is the thing for a rapier, which I believe is that one, crossbar pattern. Now I've got all the patterns I want. They can all go in there. And these things, by the way, like I said about that crafting table, if I break this, and I can do the same with them. And they can go into little versions as well. I like the look of them a bit better. So now we can make a couple of these patterns. Now what I want to do is I want to make a wooden pickaxe head and wooden saw blade, and that can be paper, that can be paper, and a wooden tool rod for now. Later on I'm going to want to use, I'll get a free stick out of that way. Later on I'm going to want to be using thaumium for my tool rods, but for now that shall do, so I'm going to make an all metal pick. In fact, no, that can stick as paper. That's fine. That can stick as paper. So I should have brought a bit of paper and made a couple of them guys. See, I'm keeping my NPCs trapped in with blocks of dirt. Oh, it's night time again. Dangerous. Well, let's swim back over here. So the first thing I need to do is I need to make a couple of actual metal casts before I start putting the iron in there. Now, to make a metal cast, you have to actually surround a non-metal item with aluminium brass. So for that, we're going to want 1, 2, 3 aluminium gravel ore and 1 copper aluminium gravel ore. And they're going to want to go in there, and they're going to want to melt up. So I shall melt them up. 3 aluminium, 1 gravel. They're going to melt up. I'll be back when that's done. There we are then, and that has melted into aluminium brass. So 3 aluminium and 1 copper ore will get you 8 aluminium brass, so it doubles it up, of course. So it's 3 to 1. 3 to 1 will get you 4 ingots, or it will be the equivalent of 8 ores, yeah? So first thing we want to do is grab any old ingot. So this is a silver ingot I've looted from one of them chests in them trees with those cobwebs, and pour an ingot's worth of that. And what you're going to get there is, now we get our silver ingot back, and we've got an ingot cast to make ingots, which is wonderful. And then we want a pighead cast to make them. Now I'm also going to want that iron ore now, which I should have with me. I think I'll put back in here. Where you go, iron ore? Oh, I know where it is. It's a bit laggy up in that guy. 6 of them. I can hear an Enderman. Hello, Enderman. So we can throw that in there, so that's melting up while we're waiting. So I've got a pickhead. I want a sword cast, so we'll get a sword. And I want a tool rod cast, so we'll put our tool rod in there. Wonderful. That's all the bits we need. Now, because we've only made 4 casts, we've also got 4 ingots left in there. So the next thing we do is put our ingot cast back in there, and we can store the rest of this aluminium brass. So this is melting up while that's going down. There's 400 lava still in there, so we've got some left. And I can take these aluminium brass ingots and we can use them later on for whatever we may want to use them for. And now I am ready to turn the rest of these into ingots. So I'm just going to do the same as these. So I'll make them into ingots and I'll be back. There we are then, 11 ingots in there, and here's the last one. So that's 10, that's 6. I've doubled that up just by using a bucket of lava really and getting all this sorted. So it's a very good early game way of doubling your ores until you've got power. Now, what I can do with these, and by the way, I've got some string. I've got some cotton, should I say, from my cotton plants, so I can now make some string. And I can now go into that guy. It's really laggy opening that every time. Got a couple more sticks. I wonder where that would have gone. I forgot to put it in there. And there we go, I've got a bow. So I've got a bow now, so I've got a bit of a ranged capability now, which is what I very much needed. What I've done wrong, of course, is no one told me, did they? I should have kept some of that iron in there. I need to melt some of that back up again. I want to need 1, 2, 3 back in there. Oops. So I should have kept 3 of them in there really. And I'll show you while they're melted up. While they're melting up though, what we can do is we can use 4 of these to make a chisel. Now, if this works correctly, and if I've got any cobble, which I don't think I have. Any cobble? No. Fascinating. See if I ain't got cobble. Used it all, haven't I? There's some. Wonderful. So, with my chisel, I should be able to... And I cannot. I thought I could make mossy cobble with that. Well, balls, there's some, I'm going to need a chisel anyway, so it's no big deal, but I thought I could make mossy cobble with that. Well, that is a shame. That is a shame. What I'm trying to make is a ball of moss. Tinker's Construct ball of moss. Ah, okay, I can use moss stone, so I need to cook this cobble into smooth stone, then use that in the chisel. So, let me... 9 of them, which is going to be 1 and a bit of coal. So I shall be cooking that up. Got any coal? Really nearly out of coal, but we're nearly at a point where I can go proper mining. So that's all fine. And let's undep this. I've run out, of course they have. I'll go get some more lava. So back again then, it wouldn't be the same with a couple of depths, would it? So what I've got now is I've got 3 molten iron in there. I'm going to want a iron pickaxe head. Now these tools aren't great, in fact they're pretty bad to be honest, but the self-repair, so when tools, because of Greg, when iron picks are very expensive, this really makes a difference. Now I want 2 of them. It's right in it. I hope I've done the maths right here, otherwise it's just more and more derping on camera. And sword blade. Yeah. And I made a couple of paper other bits, so we've got the crosshatch part, the paper band in there and the paper crossbar. I wouldn't normally use paper on the iron ones here, but I just want to, like I said, these are just temporary until we can get better ones. So a tool rod, that crossbar and our iron blade is just going to get us a nice rapier there. Not a great deal of durability or damage, to be honest, but there we go. And then I want a pick, so our pickaxe head, our paper banded. Now what the paper does, that gives you the writable part, which means you can add an extra modifier to it, but we're not really bothered about modifiers with this anyway. And then if I go to my chisel, now I've cooked that stone into smooth stone, I can now, go there you, I can now turn that into mossy stone bricklock, and I should be able to turn that into a ball of moss. Awesome. So what we can do is put that back in there, put our pick in there, put a ball of moss on it. It's got 4 modifiers, look, and ball of moss, bang. We've now got an auto repair pick, nice and easy, nice and cheap, and we can now go and mine the good stuff, gold, silver, stuff like that, without having to keep repairing our pick. Now it's not going to repair really quick, and it's not that good. You know what I mean? If we've got a lot of redstone, we could put some redstone on it, make it a bit quicker. But we really only want this to get at better stuff, so we can then. Oh, I cocked that up. I was meant to go, oh no, I've fallen, and then land in the water and not take any damage. So I use my bucket there to put a water landing thing down there, like I said I was going to do. Weird. Server is a little bit laggy. And it shouldn't be, because there's like nothing on here. So I'm getting down to the good stuff. I've got my ladders with me. So I'm going to leave this first episode there. As you can see, my thing should repair itself. It repairs quite slow, but like I say, it's better than crafting a normal iron pick. Let's just have a quick look at that before we go. Iron pick, because of Gregtech, needs 1 plate and 2 ingots. But it needs a file and a hammer as well. So there we've got, we've short-circuited Greg a little bit there. So I'm going to finish this first episode down in this hole. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for any new subscribers. Thank you for any and all comments. I like comments. So keep them coming. And yeah, the next episode of this should be out in 3 days, 4 days maybe. So stay tuned for that. And I'll be putting out a beginner's guide, like I said. So yeah, thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers. Bye.